From our studio in Georgetown, this is the TV Delmarva Channel 14 News at 4.
Good day, Delmarva. Reporter Rob Petrie here for TV Delmarva Channel 14 News. Straight ahead, Delaware Governor John Carney has signed a bill into law to provide a $300 rebate payment to all taxpayers to combat rising inflation costs. Dozens were arrested, and Delaware State Police are searching for others wanted in connection with a large-scale drug investigation on Delmarva. And a Dover man was arrested after police say he led them on a chase and crashed his vehicle near Wyoming. These stories and more coming up, but weather first with Hunter Alton.
Well, good Friday, Delmarva. Boy, it's been a beautiful day across the region. We had a little bit of some thunderstorms last night with that cold front moving through, but now we're starting to see much cooler temperatures still. Very, very nice out there, especially with the amount of sunshine that we've been seeing this afternoon. Taking a live look outside of North Ocean City, Maryland, we have plenty of blue skies. The sun is shining. We do have a little bit of some high thin cirrus clouds out there. Lots of activity there on the camera with people coming into the area this weekend for Easter. Currently, it is 59 degrees in North Ocean City. Take a look at some satellite and radar. You can see that cold front well off our coast from last night. And then we're just looking at some beautiful conditions this afternoon. Barely any clouds either, but unfortunately, clouds will be on the increase once again going into the overnight hours tonight, as another cold front will be moving through the region during the evening hours on Saturday. Now let's have a look at those temperatures elsewhere on Delmarva at this hour. Very, very close to that 70-degree mark in Georgetown at 69 degrees, 68 for Salisbury and Pocomoke City, 69 for Easton, 68 for Centerville and Dover, and 69 degrees all the way up north in Wilmington and Newark. Although we've seen some rainfall last night, we're seeing some very dry conditions this afternoon. Take a look at current humidity values across the shore. Inland locations are in the lower 20% right now. Even though we did see rain, this is still some very high enhancement of that fire danger. So if you have any plans on doing any open burning this afternoon, definitely highly recommend against it because of these values being so low, even though we did see rain just yesterday. Take a look at some sustained winds across the region, generally from the south and west, sustained anywhere between about 5 and 10 miles per hour across the region. But we are seeing some wind gusts anywhere between about 10 and 15 miles per hour. Currently gusting from the west at 10 miles per hour here in Georgetown, 13 in Salisbury, 10 miles per hour in Easton, 17 for Centerville, and currently gusting to 15 miles per hour in Newark at this hour. Now, we do have another cold front on the way for tomorrow that may spark some isolated showers, and a decent Easter forecast is ahead. I'll have all those details regarding your holiday forecast in just a little bit.
Delaware Governor John Carney has signed a bill into law to provide a $300 rebate payment to taxpayers to combat rising inflation costs. The governor signed the bill Thursday after the bipartisan legislation quickly passed both chambers of the Delaware General Assembly. The payments will be distributed by the Department of Finance by the end of May and will apply to all who filed taxes in 2020. House Minority Leader Danny Short walks us through the bipartisan agreement that is aimed at combating rising inflation costs here in Delaware.
So we said, we really need to rethink this and maybe figure a way that we can get more dollars into the economy and into the hands of the taxpayers. So we had come up with an idea of $100 million for every individual, which was, taking the population close to, 1 million people, we're talking about $100 million. Pretty round numbers, but obviously huge numbers. And the difference being $11 million gas tax, $100 million, 10 times that amount infused back to the taxpayers, meaning husband, wife, and kids. Well, that became an issue of really how do you do that also? And the gas tax was negated because we had some bond issues that would decrease our rating. There was the instrument of being able to actually do that was tougher than what Maryland was talking about. And then with our $100 million, we said, well, let's wait till DFAC comes out maybe it could be more. And obviously it did come out. So we were thinking 200, 250. And coincidentally, the other side of the aisle, one day we were in the hall of, Representative Valerie Longhurst, my colleague. She's the leader of the Democratic caucus. I'm the leader of the Republican caucus. She says, Danny, can we talk in the office a minute about your idea of the refund and the rebate? I said, sure, let's do it. So we got in there. Timmy Dukes, Representative Dukes, was our whip when their whip was there, Larry Mitchell, and obviously the Speaker of the House. And they said, we're thinking we'd like to get together on this, do it jointly for the taxpayers, and why don't we make it 250? And I said, and along with Tim, we said, we were really thinking 300. And they said, okay, if we're in agreement, let's go. So that's how it went. It was that very simple process.
Now, around 600,000 Delawareans are eligible for the payments. The Department of Finance is currently establishing a process to identify residents who did not file taxes but would also be eligible for the rebate. Meanwhile, dozens were arrested and Delaware State Police are searching for others wanted in connection with a large-scale drug investigation here on Delmarva. In November of 2020, Delaware State Police began a large-scale drug investigation dubbed Operation Doghouse. Now, Operation Doghouse targeted the George Johnson drug trafficking organization, according to police, where George Johnson, 40 years old of Bridgeville, was identified as the organization head. Johnson's organization was targeted due to the increase of heroin overdoses and possession of heroin cases occurring in both Sussex County and Worcester County, Maryland. Now, here in Delaware, 16 overdose cases were reported, 4 being fatal. Additionally, 2 overdose deaths occurred in Worcester and Wycomico County, Maryland. The year-long investigation involved local and state agencies here in Delaware, Maryland, and Pennsylvania working together to combat the heroin and opioid drug distribution network. During the investigation, numerous members of Johnson's organization were identified and a hierarchy of distribution was established. In total, 55 individuals were indicted or arrested on street warrants. Currently, 51 individuals have been arrested and 4 are still wanted, including Johnson. You can find the full story at tvdelmarva.com. Well, Delaware State Police have arrested 33-year-old Antoine Burgess of Dover on multiple charges following a pursuit on Wednesday. According to Delaware State Police, the incident occurred around 1:30 p.m. as a trooper on patrol in the area of South DuPont Highway and South Governors Avenue in Dover spotted a black Audi Q7 with a canceled registration traveling southbound on DuPont Highway. The trooper initiated a traffic stop, but the vehicle accelerated away, and that's when a pursuit ensued. The driver, later identified as Antoine, left the roadway, drove through the sports field at Kent County Recreation Center, and then struck a fence on Oates Lane in Camden, Wyoming. Police say Burgess then exited the vehicle and tried to flee on foot. Troopers gave chase and successfully took him into custody. A search of the vehicle led to the discovery of approximately 0.11 grams of cocaine. A 22-year-old female victim who was a passenger inside the vehicle at the time of the crash was transported to Kent General Hospital for minor injuries. Burgess was arraigned and committed to the Sussex Correctional Institution on $6,000 secured bond. Coming up, students make a splash for the environment in an annual event held by DenRec. More details straight ahead. Don't go away. Well, students made a splash for the environment this week, courtesy of DenRec. More than 370 students from 5 elementary schools participated in the annual Make a Splash Festival Wednesday, an event that educates students on the diversity of estuary life and the importance of Delaware's water resources. The Department of Natural Resources and Environmental Control co-sponsors the event, which is held annually at the St. Jones Reserve and the John Dickinson plant near Dover. Throughout the day, students visited activity stations dedicated to the historical and current uses of Delaware's water resources. Students from Lighthouse Christian School, John Bassett Moore, Townsend, South Dover, and Rehoboth Elementary Schools participated in this year's event. Well, it's looking like we're in store for increasing clouds and comfortable conditions tonight as we get a preview of your pinpoint weather forecast with Hunter Alton.
Another pleasant afternoon here on Delmarva will give way to increasing clouds during the overnight hours tonight. We are looking at some fairly nice temperatures on Saturday before a cold front moves through, sparking some isolated showers in the evening hours. And a much drier yet windier day expected for Easter Sunday. Now don't go anywhere, because when we come back, I'll have a look at your weekend holiday forecast here on TV Delmarva Channel 14 News. Alrighty, Delmarva, let's get right into the pinpoint forecast for this weekend. And if you didn't know, it is a holiday weekend. Easter is this Sunday, and most of you have the extended weekend, and those kids are now on spring break. But the good news is the forecast is looking great for the holiday. But first, let's get into the overnight hours tonight, even though we've seen plenty of sunshine today. But we are going to be looking at an increase of clouds throughout the overnight hours, with mostly cloudy skies returning once again. It just seems like it's just been cloudy every single day for the last several months, with some cooler temperatures, 48 to 52 degrees, and we are going to be looking at a wind shift from the northwest to the south at about 10 miles per hour in the overnight hours. Take a look at Futurecast, rest of the overnight hours into Sunday morning. This is 8 o'clock this evening. We still got plenty areas of some mostly clear skies. Still fairly mild for the most part just after sunset, with temperatures in the upper 50s to about 60 degrees. But if you take a look towards our south and west, those are the clouds that will be moving in during the overnight hours, even though temperatures are going to be fairly cool for the most part, but still rather comfortable in the upper 40s to about 50 degrees just after midnight. Similar ordeal waking up on Saturday morning, 8 o'clock. We got mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures have warmed up just a little bit into the low and mid 50s, but going into the afternoon hours on Saturday, even though we are going to be looking at some milder temperatures returning once again, upper 60s to about 70 degrees, we are going to be watching out for a cold front that's going to be moving through just around sunset, and that's going to be sparking some isolated showers along with it. Out ahead of that front, still fairly mild at 8 o'clock on Saturday in the low and mid 60s, but behind that front with those scattered showers, it's already cooling down into the upper 40s and even about 50 degrees in areas of northwestern Maryland. But by the time we get into the heart of the overnight hours into Sunday morning, that front is well off of our coast. We're going to be looking at decreasing clouds and much cooler temperatures into the 40s. Take a look at the Saturday forecast overall. We got mostly cloudy skies. Watch out for some areas of some isolated showers with that cold front moving through during the late afternoon and evening hours. Temperatures during the day, though, still not that bad. 66 to 70 degrees. It is going to be breezy at times, though, ahead of that front from the southwest between 10 and 20 miles per hour. Now, take a look at the Allergy Index for Saturday. Once again, we're looking at extreme levels of those allergens, 11.1 out of 12, nearly maxing out that scale once again in the form of tree pollen with your allergens of maple, juniper, and poplar for Saturday. Now, we're going to switch gears and take a look at the marine conditions on Saturday, beginning with the Atlantic. We got scattered afternoon and evening showers, 62 degrees, winds from the southwest at 15 to 20 miles per hour with seas of 1 to 2 feet. Take a look at the Delaware Bay. We got scattered afternoon and evening showers as well, 64 degrees, winds from the southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour with seas of less than 1 foot expected. And then the Chesapeake Bay, scattered afternoon and evening showers, a little bit warmer, 67 degrees, winds from the south at 10 to 15 miles per hour, and you can expect seas of around 1 foot on the Chesapeake Bay. Now, going into the overnight hours tomorrow night, we are going to be still dealing with those scattered showers earlier on, but we will be looking at decreasing clouds, especially after midnight, once that cold front begins to move through the area, and that's going to be knocking temperatures down 42 to 46 degrees. We're still going to be looking at breezy conditions too, but it's going to be switching directions from the southwest to the northwest, anywhere between 10 and 20 miles per hour. Now to get a sneak peek into that Easter Sunday forecast, well, the good news is it's going to be a fairly nice day for the most part, where you're going to be looking at plenty of sunshine, mostly sunny skies. Notice to be cooler temperatures too, but it's still going to be feeling quite nice regardless. 56 to 60 degrees, But keep in mind, it will be quite breezy at times though. From the northwest, 15 to 20 miles per hour sustained, with some gusts as high as 35 at times. Well, at least it's not raining, so you shouldn't be able to cancel those outdoor activities planned with your family on Easter Sunday. Now, let's take a look at that extended outlook, because going past this weekend, we're still going to be looking at some cooler temperatures for the start of the work week on Monday, and we're going to be looking at a little bit of a coastal low that's going to be moving up through, giving us some rain chances and those cooler conditions. But taking a look into the mid to late portions of next week, we are looking at a drier weather pattern, thank goodness, and warming temperatures too, going back into the upper 60s to near 70 degrees by next Friday.
Coming up, Elon Musk is on a mission to purchase Twitter. More details on the way. Keep it here. Elon Musk is on track to purchase Twitter. The billionaire offered to pay $54.20 per share of Twitter stock, which comes out to about $41.3 billion. Now, some of Twitter's board, including a Saudi prince, has been resistant to the idea. Musk, on the other hand, is not backing down, promising to completely revamp the social media platform, doing away with the censorship and embracing free speech instead. Twitter is reportedly evaluating the offer. Shareholders have expressed a high interest in selling.
Weather Classroom is sponsored by No Nonsense Office Machines, committed to providing quality products and services with over 15 years of experience here in Sussex County. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today's weather lesson, we will be going over one of the most crucial devices that you can have in your home to protect not only yourself and your family, especially during severe weather, is a Noaa weather radio. Now, a Noaa weather radio, all hazards, or NWR for short, is a nationwide network of radio stations broadcasting continuous weather information directly from the nearest National Weather Service office. NWR broadcasts official weather service warnings, watches, forecasts, and any other hazardous information 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Working with the Federal Communication Commission's FCC Emergency Alert System, NWR is a all-hazards radio network, making it your single source for comprehensive weather and emergency information, in conjunction with the federal, state, and local emergency managers and any other public officials. NWR also broadcasts warnings and post-event information for all different types of weather hazards, including such as earthquakes, avalanches, environmental concerns like with chemical releases or oil spills, and even public safety such as Amber Alerts or 911 telephone outages. Known for the voice of NOAA's National Weather Service, NWR is provided as a public service by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, part of the Department of Commerce. NWR includes more than 1,000 transmitters covering all 50 states, adjacent coastal waters, Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and the U.S. Pacific Territories. NWR requires a special radio just like this Midland USA radio that they provide, as a receiver or a scanner capable of picking up the signal. Broadcasts are also found in the VHF public service band at 7 different frequencies. Now until May 2nd, you have the chance to win one of these life-saving devices. Go to our website, tvdelmarva.com, and on the home page you will find a list of rules and contest details of how to enter for this giveaway. Fill out a short form, and 3 of you could have the chance to win one of these Midland WR120B Noaa weather radios from us here at TV Delmarva. We'd like to thank our sponsors Midland USA and Wall Service Center for this opportunity to help promote awareness of severe weather in our community.
Well, that about does it for us today, Delmarva. Be sure to follow us on Facebook at TV Delmarva and on our website, tvdelmarva.com, for real-time news and weather updates. And while you're there, be sure to sign our petition calling on the major cable providers to carry TV Delmarva on their platforms so we can provide this kind of local programming to all of Delmarva. Until next time, I'm Rob Petrie reporting for TV Delmarva Channel 14 News.